Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the last day of our daily creative challenge for Adobe Illustrator. Oh, I know. It's all right. I'll be back. And next week, we have another incredible mentor that will be here to walk you through some tips and tricks in Illustrator. There's some new features coming, so maybe they'll cover some of those and give you guys the inside scoop on what is coming next. So if you haven't met me, hello. My name is Andrew Hockrattle. Hopefully you have. We've been together for about 9 days now doing these challenges. We are learning Illustrator through the lens of cooking on these daily creative challenges. So if you want to follow along and connect with me outside, if you want to tag me on Instagram when you're posting your things, or even tag me on Behance when you're posting your daily creative challenges, you can do so here at hock.co. HOCHDOTCO is all of my social handles. You also can check me out at hock.co or check me out right here. I'm so sorry. But thanks for joining us today on our last day. We're going to be doing one more challenge. And if you're just tuning in, randomly found this video, well, let me get you up to speed on what's going on here. These are the daily creative challenges for Adobe Illustrator, and you can watch some of the ones that you may have missed over here at behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Here you have all of the challenges that we've gone through. We did some baking, we made some pies, we did some blending, some logo design, menus, gradients. Yesterday we got to do some fun stuff with the arc tool, and we even worked on illustrating a dish. We made some pasta, some good, delicious pasta. So thanks so much for joining me for these, and today we'll be working with graphic styles, which will be really fun. I love working with graphic styles. They're so easy and an incredible tool to help expedite your process and work a little bit faster. Now, if you want to connect with us and join our incredible, thriving community, you can do so at bit.ly/AI Discord. This is the spot. Type that into your browser. Go over there right now. Say hello to some of our awesome mentors. There's a lot of people in here posting work. Let's go ahead and pop that. There we go. So there are people that are posting work. Again, some more of that pasta. People have already started on the challenge from yesterday. Very cool, mapping out those lines. I'm adding a lot of extra little details. I love it. Good work, Sandy. I love what you guys are doing with this. So much fun to see where we've come from and what we've grown to. Even some 3D shapes here. Great job. So there are a lot of mentors in there: Colby, Jack, Cloudy, Rocky, and myself, to give you feedback and give you some thoughts. And yeah, join our community, hang out. We're friendly, I promise. I try to be, and most of the other mentors are as well. One more thing that I want to cover, and it's something that Adobe's doing to invest back into the community. Adobe loves creatives, and they love the creative community that we build and that we partner with them to build. So they're doing something called the Adobe Creative Residency Community Fund. This is something that you can apply for and receive funding for a project anywhere from $500 to $5,000, or you can apply for a commission, and Adobe will hire you out to do a project for them in partnership with them from anywhere from $500 to $5,000. So you can apply for that and start working on doing your creative residency, right? Kind of cool. So it's a great program. They're still accepting people. I want you to go apply. I've seen what you guys are doing in these creative challenges over the last 2 weeks. You're more than qualified. So go and take the things that you've learned in Illustrator, apply for the residency fund, and make me proud. I'm always proud of you guys. You always do a great job. So if you're joining us, we like to do infotainment here, a little bit of information, a little bit of entertainment, and we have been learning through the lens of a cooking show, or just cooking in general, a restaurant. It's really broad. So we're going to hop over into Hock's Kitchen, and I will see you back in just a minute so we can learn about graphic styles. I'll have you know that that was the fastest costume change that I have made in these 10 days of challenges. So we did it, yay! Welcome back to Hawk's Kitchen. Here on our last day, we are going to be showing you how to do your platings. We'll be plating some sauces today and using graphic styles to make different versions of those sauces. So kind of fun. Let's hop over into Adobe Illustrator. And before we do, I just want to talk about the idea that design and creativity, a lot of times, especially working in Illustrator, is about translating the real world into something that is digital. So today we're going to be translating, making sauces, and using the power of the digital world to replicate things that we couldn't necessarily do in the real world, right? Ooh, virtual reality, the future. Yes, we are moving into the future using graphic styles today. So let's hop over into our daily creative challenge file. Again, if you don't have this, you can go to behance.net/challenge/illustrator, and that will get you this source file. Today we are using graphic styles to apply multiple appearance options to an element or objects. Try our tasting menu. Dishes for everyone. Yes, so that's what we're doing today. We are going to build out a tasting menu. We'll be using a lot of effects and kind of playing around with a lot of things today that I'm excited for, but also we're going to be making them graphic styles, which will be easy for you to use. So we're going to start out by just making a circle, and I want to do the thing that chefs do where like they have a circle and they like put it on the plate and then go whoosh, and like swoop it around the edge, right, for like a sauce. So we're going to go ahead and fill this in with a color. Let's fill this in with this nice, ooh, delicious color. Now we're going to try to swoop it along the edge there. So we're going to use a bunch of different effects that we can save and create as a graphic style. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I want it to have a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to go to stylize inner glow. And this is just going to give us a nice little glow on the inside. I'm going to make it a little darker of that orange. Just selecting a little darker orange. Let's see, a little more vibrant. There we go. Oh, that's not the, I want it a little bit darker than that. There we go. And we're going to change the blend mode to multiply. There we go. Now we have this nice little edge on our shape, right, to give it some dimension. And next, I want to try to see if I can get it to curve around this edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it. I'm going to go to Effect. I'm going to go to, let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go to Transform. Where do we go? Distort, there we go. Transform. Oh, warp. Warp is what we want to do. Sorry, if you guys ever watch my eyes just glaze over, it's because I had something in my plan that somehow is not there and my brain just stops working. We want to do warp. All right, that's what we're going to do. And here we are going to do arc. So we're going to do arc, and you'll see that these warp options are very powerful, but we want to do vertical. There we go. And we can start playing around with how much we want this to bend, right? And so we want it to go all the way around the edge, so we can keep bending it that way. We also can set this at 0 and then bend in one way or another. If we want to do a little splotch, we can do that, or we can do just a little teardrop. So we're going to, instead, we're just going to bend it around the corner there. We're going to hit OK. There we go. And now we've got a really nice kind of swoop swirl on this shape that we have. So what's great is if we want to, we can apply that to another plate, right? So we're going to make another circle. And maybe this one we put on there. We're trying to plate our dishes to make them all similar. What we can do is we can select this circle that we have here with those effects on it. And if we come over to our effects panel over here, you can see that there is a warp arc. There also is an inner glow applied to that. So those are the two things that are applied. Next, we are going to go over to our graphic styles, which is right here. And with this object selected, we are going to hit this plus, and that's a new graphic style. What that's going to do is it's going to apply the warp and the inner glow, any of the effects that we have, to another object. So we can select this other object here and click, and it will immediately put that warp on it. It will put the inner glow. It will change the color. So it creates that perfect dish that will be similar to the one that we had defined before. Now let's do another one and apply some other effects. So we're going to do another splotch of sauce in the middle. And we're going to make this one yellow because let's make it, there we go. So we're going to make this one yellow. It's going to be like a kind of egg yolk smattering on our plate. So we are going to go to effects. And again, you can stack as many effects as you want on here. So we're going to kind of just go through. I'm going to do roughen because I want this one to kind of be more splotchy. We're going to go to smooth there. All right. So we've gone, let's make this blue. Let's make it like a blueberry sauce. Let's do purple actually. A nice rich purple. Ooh, grape jelly. That looks delicious. Go to effect, and we're going to keep stacking effects on here. With this one, maybe we will do another inner glow. And we're going to change this inner glow to be, again, that purple to give it a little bit of that edge. I really do like doing that so it has a nice effect on it. This one we're going to give an outer glow on as well. That will give us a little bit more dimension. So we want to set that to normal. There we go. We got a little outer glow on it. Let's add some more. So let's do warp. And let's kind of go through these warps. Oh, actually, that's a great little swoop swash. Let's see if we flag. There we go. That's kind of fun. So let's play with some of these other warp options. And when you're doing these graphic styles, play with these warp options. You don't have to follow along exactly what I'm doing. You can really mess with them and find something that is interesting, fun, different. Really get crazy with it and see what you can make. Let's do the flag. I think that was really cool. So now we have that. So we have the warp. We have a nice little swash. I'm actually going to stretch it. And what's great is with those effects, you can just stretch however you want. So we can select here. And again, we're coming over to our graphic styles panel. You'll see in the effects panel that all of these are perfectly stacked, right? They are all effects that have been applied to that. You can go in and change them by clicking on it to edit as much as you want, or kind of take things down, ramp things up, whatever you want to do. And we can click on the graphic styles, click this plus, and again, now we have a new graphic style for that little sauce, I don't know, swipe? What would you call it? Sauce swipe, sure. So what's great about graphic styles is now if I want to experiment with kind of different types of swipes, I can maybe make a different shape. And even though this is a different shape, right, it's not the circle that we had worked with. It's a completely different shape. We can come in here and we can click on that. And now it's going to show what this shape looks like with the roughen, the outer glow, the inner glow, and the rise applied to it. So this is actually very interesting. And I could see this being maybe a ketchup kind of swoosh, right? And so what we can do is I'm just going to make a singular line. We're going to make this a red line. And knowing what this does, I'm going to kind of play around to see if I can use that and leverage it to make a kind of ketchup-y, saucy swoop. So we're going to put a stroke on this. I'm going to make it have round edges, round ends. And then we're going to apply that graphic style. I believe it's going to change the color again. It is, and it will change the fill. So we're just going to change that over to red. Boop. And to make the stroke a little bit more. There we go. And we want to do those round edges again. There we go. So we've got a little bit more of a kind of sauce swoop. And if we wanted to, we could definitely change this so that it had a more of an arc to it. We could change the warp. And once it's set, it's again a quick way to kind of push things in a new direction. So we're going to change this warp. We just change this warp to arc. And there we go. We can edit that graphic style once it's been applied and make any little adjustments that we like. So now it's kind of swooping around the edge there. So this is something that is a very powerful tool. You can use it in a whole bunch of different ways. And let's keep going with adding things on top. So maybe we want to keep stacking the sauces. And let's try this with type. This is actually going to be an experiment. Let's see what happens when we do type. So we have been using the H and the K for Hawk's Kitchen. That's me. Let's put this in Mrs. Eves. That'll look good. Right there. And we are going to blow this up so it's nice and big and start playing around with some graphic styles. First, we are going to do, let's do 3D and see what happens. So again, This is not for you to follow exactly what I'm doing on this lesson. We're just playing around with saving graphic styles and then applying them to other things. So when you're working with effects, literally go crazy. Try anything you want, try new effects, stack them on top of each other. Nothing matters here. And so let's do pucker and bloat. There we go. Give it a little bit of weirdness. Then let's go to effect and let's go ahead and inflate a little bit. So warp, inflate. There we go. So it's kind of exploding out onto the page. And then why not? Let's make it 3D. So let's go to extrude and bevel. This is so crazy, guys. Let's go to extrude and bevel and let's do no shading. All right. So we're going to hit OK. And now let's go ahead and save this as a graphic style. Again, all you do is with those effects applied, you come over here and you click on the plus button. Oh, it's right here. Boom, right there. This plus button right here, and that will make a new graphic style that is right here. And you can see it has the 3D. It has a lot of the pucker and bloat effects that we have on there. And now if we type other things, let's say that we say yum on this plate. We can blow it up. I'm going to center it. And when we click on this, there we go. It's going to apply all of those effects that we wanted. We can change the color to what we want. Do a nice blue here. There we go. And the shading got a little bit weird. So again, I can come back into effects. I can click on this 3D extrude and bevel. You can still edit all of those effects that you have stacked on that graphic style. We want to do plastic shading, and there we go. Now we can see it a little bit better. We're going to change the blend mode to multiply so it interacts with this sauce that we have. And so it is very easy to stack and make multiple versions of these things. Now, let's say that we've plated this sauce here, right, with this circle, and we want it to be a little bit different. We can just grab the graphic style and we want it to be more like the other little swooshy swash. Now we have that swooshy swash. We can edit the size of this shape to kind of meander through new options of plating or sauces. And so it's very quick, very effective to do things again and again and again. So let's say that maybe we wanted to have a little caviar, right? We've made caviar a few times. I'm going to go to Effect, Stylize, Inner Glow. We're going to make this little caviar have some bright orange. There we go. Set it to normal. Little nose itch there. So we're going to hit OK, and maybe we want this to have a slight little outer glow. So Stylized, Outer Glow. We just want it to be like 1 pixel. So a little tiny one. There we go. So we are going to go ahead and make a new graphic style with that. And then I'm going to make a bunch of different caviars, right? And we're just making little circles, little sizes. There we go. And these will be maybe little splotches on our gorgeous plate that we are making. Again, today's all about plating. And what we can do is select all of these. And even though it would take forever for us to go through, select each one, apply these effects, right? We can have all of them selected and then just click on this graphic style and it applies it to all of the different little splotches that we had. So this is how you can make incredible, gorgeous, beautiful platings of your dishes. And that's what I want you to do in this challenge. I want you to go and make a gorgeous plating, even if it's just one, make one amazing plating for me that looks delicious, that uses graphic styles. And when you're posting, I want to see maybe one of your platings and then maybe even post a screenshot of what your graphic styles are. And maybe even post along with it what effects you have stacked on top of it. Now, again, super, super fun to play with effects. And I want you to go in and just go through each of these, play with them, click on everything. Design is not about having a right answer. It's about exploration and creativity and inspiration. So go through, click on all of these, try to break Illustrator, see what you can do, stack things on top of each other. This is the finale. This is the last course of our meals. And so I want you to really blow it up, make something totally amazing and delicious for me to look at, delicious for my eyes. So The way you can do that is you can get involved in our Discord, bit.ly/AI Discord. This is where you can post that work, let everyone feast on your treats that you will create with your platings and the delicious eye candy that we'll be able to look at. There are people still posting from yesterday, our challenge, which is looking great. Really fun having forks dancing around the living room, a little be our guest moment here. So get involved, post your work there, and as always, we are going to hop back in and do our quick recap of everything that we did today. So today was a little loosey-goosey because we weren't working with a specific tool. We were working with an option and really a cataloging system. There's a lot to kind of go over and walk you through. So we're going to do one last overview, and then I'm going to kind of close this out for our challenges. It's been so fun. We're not going to get there yet. We're not going to get there yet. We're going to hold it together, Andrew. Hold it together. I'm just so proud. All right, let's hop back in and do our quick recap. So today we did challenge number 9. We used graphic styles to apply multiple appearance options to an element or objects. We had the prompt to try our tasting menus, dishes for everyone, right? We wanted to plate a bunch of different dishes using graphic styles. So through that, we created very simple shapes like a circle and went into effects and played with these. We played with warp, and warp we use arc that would kind of push it to one way or the other. We played with inner glows and outer glows in stylized to give it some dimension. And once that was done, we selected that shape, came over to graphic styles and clicked on new. That makes a new graphic style that's basically like creating a post-it note with all of the instructions of what to do to that shape. So once we had that saved right here, all we'd need to do is we could come in, we could make a new shape like a ellipse, and then click on that graphic style, and it's going to apply all those effects. We can check those effects and augment those effects by going up here to the effects panel, this little circle with the dashed lines around it, and that is going to give us all the options that have been applied to that shape. We can change the fill if we want to augment the color. We also can change the amount of warp on the arc if we want it to be less. We can even change the inner glow if we want it to maybe be a little bit lighter in a different blending mode, or be a little bit bigger. There we go. So that's what we did, and we can augment those, and then if we want to, we can save it as a new graphic style, and it will update to a new graphic style. So we used all those graphic styles, and then we got crazy and started playing around with typography graphic styles. And the cool thing about typography graphic styles is when they're set and applied, they will continue. Oh, I spelled hello wrong. There we go. They will continue and be editable with all of those effects stacked on top. So it's taking the graphic style and applying it with all those effects to live text. So kind of fun to play around with. And what I want you to do is create a beautifully plated dish like this. And you can apply the steps and graphic styles to multiple objects if you like. Go around, play with this, and again, post on Discord over here at bit.ly/Discord. Y'all, it has been so fun to spend these last 2 weeks with you. Hopefully I've been able to give you a smile, a little bit of hope, and have a little bit of fun while we learned some Illustrator. If you're hopping into Discord, let me know what you've learned. Or if you're posting on Instagram, tweeting, wherever you are, tag me, let me know if you've had fun, let me know what you've learned, and let me know what topics you would like me to cover for further daily creative challenges. I'll be back in the future, all the way through October, I think. It's going to be crazy. So fun. You guys are stuck with me. So let me know what topics you'd like me to cover, and I will be back to help you and guide you along your journey in Adobe Illustrator. Again, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. I have had a blast spending time with you. And as we go out and as I part and may not see you for a little while, I want you guys to remember 3 things. 1, find the good in any person, find the joy in any situation, and text your friends, see how they're doing. All right, I'll see you again in the future, probably next week, on some different streams, not in a chef costume, but it was so much fun. Hopefully you enjoyed your time in Hawk's Kitchen. I loved seeing your dishes and the beautiful creations that you made. I'll see you next time on the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges. Bye.